Welcome to the HSC Behavioral Observation Tool. This e-learning course outlines our behavioral observation methodology and tools used for smart behavior management. For more information, please contact your regional HSC manager or coordinator. Our historical incident data indicates incidents are caused by one or a combination of three elements: work environment, systems and process, and/or an individual or team's behavior. HSC behavioral observations are peer-on-peer processes aimed at identifying behaviors that may lead to an incident, but also positive behaviors that contribute to a safety culture. Our behavior observations, when coupled with our positive interactions, are proven to have a positive effect on our incident and property damage rates. Observe the task in a real-world environment and enables capture of real-time performance data. Observes an activity, not a person. Observee names are kept confidential. Enables captured data to identify new incident reduction initiatives. As illustrated previously, there are three primary contributors to an incident. An inspection is the tool used to confirm that the hazards in the work environment are managed. For example, undertaking a pre-use vehicle inspection. Behavioral observations seek to confirm that the driver's interaction with the hazard are appropriate. For example, using the vehicle in a safe manner. Our incident data has also revealed that incidents and property damage mostly occur in three workplace conditions. Our HSC app facilitates behavioral observations for the conditions of driving, field, and office or laboratories. Once you have selected behavioral observations from the app home screen, simply select which type of observation you wish to undertake. Within each of the observation categories, behaviors contributing to incidents have been categorized. When observing tasks and behaviors, observers should be thinking, are tasks performed to minimum expected behaviors? Is work performed in a safe and healthy environment? What does exemplary behavior look like? If I see undesired behavior, how can I help the observee change their behavior? We use observation data to optimize efficiency, increasing production and quality. Observations recognize positive outcomes, such as exemplary behavior. They identify and eliminate deviations from work standards in a positive environment. As part of the Smart Behavior SOP, we reward and recognize exemplary behaviors. To be effective, an observation will need to focus on a baseline of normal expected behaviors that are typically taken from our HSC standards. Observers and observees benefit from observation, as both gain knowledge related to proper task performance. We observe actual behavior versus intended behavior, answering, how is the task actually completed, and how should the task actually be performed? Observations help promote desired and prevent undesired behavior. And when coupled with data obtained from incidents, hazards, inspections, and audits, we are able to affect real safety culture change. To maximize the observation process value, target activities and plan observations. Prioritize observations to target higher risk or new task activities. Otherwise, select an activity based on previous incident history. Select the task from the target list, then assign observer and observee roles. Only the observer name will be captured. Next, plan the observation. Conduct it at an acceptable time and allot adequate time for feedback discussions. By planning appropriately, the observation need not be disruptive. It's important observers have a good understanding of the SMART behaviors and task behavioral expectations before they undertake an observation. So do some prep work. You should focus on important safe behaviors, note exemplary behaviors, and identify deviations from work standards. Observers record behaviors, acting as a camera, not a judge. Observees should perform tasks in a normal manner. However, they should take time to review the referenced baseline work standards. Observers and observees may even review standards together beforehand. Observees should understand that the task is under observation, not them. Therefore, observees should be objective and not take feedback personally. Observees should be involved in feedback discussions. Please note, the person responsible for completing actions is not tracked within the HSC app, so this person must complete their assigned actions by the due date. While not capturing names of the observees in the process, we do need specific information to help understand how identified behaviors affect our incident rate performance, and in turn, the initiative needed to keep our people safe. Please ensure that all cells in the HSC app are completed accurately on each occasion. When undertaking behavioral observations, we'd like you to focus on at least 2 of the behavioral categories listed. This way, your observation is well-rounded and data collected can be cross-referenced against the other categories. Use the slide bars to select at least 2 categories, then click on the checklist. The observation checklist offers terms typically found on hazard and risk control documents. Behaviors associated with each observation are then considered in accordance with SMART behaviors. This provides a clear, transparent, and repeatable framework for all GHD observations. Observers should have undertaken the SMART Behaviour SOP e-learning module and understand what each of these terms means in practical terms. Observers are asked to indicate if overall performance is exemplary, above standards, expected, or a deviation from baseline behavior, human error, or violation. This information is necessary for completing the HSC app's feedback and corrective action portions. Classification of behavior is directly related to definitions found within the SMART Behaviors SOP. Table 4.1 of the SOP provides excellent guidance for each type of behavior: expected, exemplary, human error, and violation. Capturing the summary and feedback upon completion of a behavioral observation is really important. This occurs on the observation summary page. Positive observations include exemplary behaviors and should be made known to our management. It is these behaviors that should be rewarded as they exemplify safety culture. Within comments feedback discussion, observers should identify why we conducted the observation, information on recognition of employee, review of questionable items, and items that need to be worked on to achieve the expected desired behaviors. After feedback discussion, observers determine if actions are required. If needed, observers and observees can consult with supervision for assistance in developing and/or implementing actions. If actions are required via a yes input, the screen will display additional information cells. Comments. General commentary on what needs doing and why. Actions. Summary of specific actions required to close out observation. Person responsible name. This person is responsible for ensuring completion of actions listed by the assigned due date. Due date is based on priority of hazard or risk. After all information has been entered, click the Submit button. After submitting an observation via the app, click OK. If you're the person signed into the app, monitor your email, as the app will send a detailed summary of the observation. Recipients are responsible for the proper dissemination of the email summary to ensure all appropriate parties, including the observer, are notified. It is usually better if the person signed into the app and the observer are the same person for ease of use. However, it's not a requirement. You've finished our Behavioral Observations course. We've looked at how behavioral observations fit into event causation models, the difference between observations and inspections, the different types of observations undertaken, what does the organization do with the data collected, how identified observations are managed. If you have any questions, please follow up with your Region HSC Manager for additional information. And now that you have completed this module, please feel free to begin using the HSC app.